Hi, I'm Julianne Neal, and I'm so excited to be speaking with one of our new EQUUS authors, Artie Bennett. Artie, welcome to the festival and welcome to let me start that again. I could think we've been doing a podcast. And so I was going to say, welcome to the podcast. No. Hi, I'm Julianne Neal, and I'm so excited to be speaking with one of our new EQUUS authors, Artie Bennett. Artie, welcome. Welcome to the festival.
Thank you, Julianne. I am delighted and excited to be here. It's my first visit, so I'm absolutely thrilled. In fact, I'm chomping at the bit.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Well, we're going to be speaking for a few minutes about your wonderful book, The True Story of Zippy Chippy, the little horse who couldn't. Could you tell us a little bit about the project and what got you started with it? What started you on the writing process for this book?
I absolutely can. Thank you, Julianne. Now, I happen to be reading a newspaper article, and it was about Zippy Chippy, and I was maybe midway through the article when I set it down and a light bulb went off, and I thought, what an enthralling story, and what an incredible children's book it would make. So that's what got me learning as much as I could about Zippy Chippy. I even visited Zippy Chippy. Zippy Chippy, well, I'll talk a little bit about Zippy Chippy first. Zippy Chippy is 29 plus years old. He's a retired racehorse. He was expected to be one of the greatest racehorses ever because of his pedigree. Zippy Chippy was descended from man of war, from war admiral, from buck passer, northern dancer, bold ruler, so many fabled racehorses. And next in line was Zippy Chippy. But Zippy Chippy, despite his determination, despite his incredible bloodlines, just really didn't cut the mustard.
Oh.
But it's an incredible story, Julianne, because a strange thing happens during the course of Zippy's career is that he goes from loser to lovable loser to legend. And toward the end of his career, sports writers were popping up. Legions of fans came to cheer on Zippy. He was even running as the favorite, even though at that point he was maybe 0-80, though he did show and place a few times. But he finished his career 0-100.
That is so awesome.
It's an amazing story.
I love the story too of his owner, Felix, who seems like just a wonderful man. And I love how Felix even tried to get him a win in some pretty unconventional ways, and he still couldn't do it. I won't give away the plot or anything like that, but oh, what a wonderful partnership between the two of them. So
it really was. Felix tried to boost his morale, but
yes,
it wasn't to be.
Just
we won't give that away.
You're right. Well, so what's been the most rewarding thing for you about this project?
There have been several things. One of them is the fact that Zippy Chippy is still alive today. And I did visit him, and there is a picture of Zippy. Zippy is next to me, and that's Red Down South, also a fabled racehorse, his stablemate and constant companion, giving me the raspberry there.
I can see it. What a wonderful picture. That's phenomenal.
That was great for me. The people who operate Old Friends at Cabin Creek Farm, particularly Joanne Pepper, they couldn't have been kinder and more generous to me. They gave me a private tour, and I got to spend some time with Zippy, got to even feed him a carrot. And so that was wonderful for me. The fact that he's still around, he's not a historical figure. You can visit and feed him a carrot too. So that was great.
I think we should. So do you have do you have plans to write more stories like Zippy Chippy? Any more horse stories in your mind?
Do you know, I do want to write more nonfiction because I so enjoyed doing the research for Zippy Chippy. It was my first nonfiction picture book in prose, though I had written 5 previous nonfiction rhyming picture books, somewhat science-based. Actually, one was more of a traditional storybook, Peter Panda Melts Down. But this was what I like to say, Julianne, this was a horse of a different color for me.
You're full of them tonight. I love it. I love it. Well, what
Thank
else
you.
would you like for the listeners to know about Zippy Chippy or about the rest of your books? You've written quite a few.
Sure. Well, one interesting thing was that Zippy Chippy, the true story of Zippy Chippy, came out right before the world turned upside down. So I did have some appearances, and what what struck me was how the book really resonated with children because of the lessons that they learn, lessons such as the importance of trying and not to be afraid of failure, and how we develop character from giving it our best shot, and also the fact that we aren't all gifted with the same aptitudes. Someone may be good at sports, another kid may be a math whiz, and that's fine too. But not to let the fact that you may not be great at something keep you from trying it. So there are lots of really important lessons in Zippy's story for children. And in the arc of Zippy's life, Zippy actually became a celebrity. He was featured in People magazine, I believe in 2000, though they posed Zippy alongside a tortoise. So I imagine that must have stung Zippy's pride at just a little
Yes.
bit. What's this stupid little tortoise doing here? I'm a fabled racehorse.
I tell you.
So,
Well, I love the themes that to keep trying. And as my partner Bruce would say, there are no mistakes, only opportunities. So that's
so true. So true.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to mention is how great it was for me to work alongside so talented an illustrator as Dave Soleil.
Yes.
And the illustrations just capture the soul of a horse. There are illustrations in there that bring out, well, the range of a horse's emotions, but also the way he's able to capture the tenderness, the chemistry, the love between Zippy Chippy and Felix's small daughter, Marissa, who was, I
Yeah.
think, about 8 years old at the time when Felix
Mhm.
acquired him. So there's so many incredible dimensions to the story, how Felix saved Zippy Chippy from the slaughterhouse by
Mhm.
trading his old pickup truck for the horse when nobody wanted the horse. And the horse was really about to be auctioned off to a slaughterhouse to be
Mhm.
made into horse meat for the French people.
Yeah. I mean, you really captured all of that, and so I do think that you need to do some more that like this that are children's, but with a message and with some truth behind them. That you did a phenomenal job. So if people wanted to find out more about you as an author or about Zippy Chippy and his story, where would they go online to find you?
Yes, I have a website. It's artiebennett.com. And on that website, if you go to, there's a link about my books. You can learn more about all of my books. But at the link to Zippy Chippy, I actually have several interviews that I've had. So there were recent interviews, there were interviews when the book came out. So you can learn more about me, learn more about Zippy Chippy through the links to my website. Let's see, you can visit Zippy Chippy too if anyone happens to be not terribly far from Cabin Creek Farm, from old friends. It's, I believe, just northwest of Saratoga Springs in upstate
Mhm.
New York, which is
That'd be
home to, I
wonderful.
believe, yeah, that's racing country. I think the country's third oldest racetrack is there. There's something else that I thought was cute that I wanted to mention. When I had these appearances and I saw how it was resonating with children, at one of my bookstore visits, a small girl was so moved, and this was at a time that we could actually touch people. She came running up to me when I finished, and she wrapped me in the biggest hug, and she said, "I love Zippy Pippy." And I burst out laughing. It was so
How
precious.
sweet. That is
Zippy
sweet.
Pippy.
Zippy Pippy. Well, I love Zippy Chippy and love the story, and I appreciate you sharing it with all of us. And so, thank you so much for speaking with us tonight. And we look forward to whatever comes next.
Thank you so much, Julian. This was an absolute pleasure for me. And I'm so delighted to share Zippy Chippy with the many festival goers. And I'm going to write another book about a horse. Thank you.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Thank you, Artie.